The time is 10:40 p.m. and we are closed for the day.
To the private room. Now.
Like I said earlier, we are closed for the day.
I want to see the owner of this place.
She's standing right in front of you. And you are?
Someone who needs a massage. Deep tissue, back and shoulders. No oil, no incense, no bullshit.
So what do I register your name as?
Knowing my name won't be necessary, and I'll pay you in cash.
Then I'll register your name as private. You know, you are going to pay more for this section.
I don't think that's a problem.
Okay then, follow me to the private room.
Her hands landed, firm, sure, warm. She started at the base of his neck, thumbs digging into knotted traps with ruthless precision. Ji-hoon, half pain, half relief. She worked in slow, deliberate strokes, gliding down the length of his spine, pressing into every trigger point like she already knew where he carried his tension. And then it happened. A sudden, violent rush of blood southward. His cock hardened, fast, painfully, unmistakably, straining against the thin sheet draped over his hips. Ji-hoon's entire body locked. No, not now. Not after 2 fucking years of nothing. He squeezed his eyes shut, willing it away, but her hands kept moving, sliding lower, kneading the small of his back, thumbs brushing the dimples above his ass, and the erection only thickened, throbbing with a hunger so sharp it bordered on agony. Sweat broke across his forehead. He felt exposed, raw, betrayed by his own body. Zara's voice cut through the silence. "You okay up there? You're stiffer than marble." He didn't answer, couldn't. She leaned closer, breath brushing his ear. "If you're going to pass out from pain, tell me now, so I don't have to drag your big ass off my table." The scent of her, coconut, vanilla, something faintly spicy, hit him like a drug. His hips twitched involuntarily. That was it. He shoved up so fast the table creaked. The sheet slipped. He yanked it around his waist, turning to face her with murder in his eyes. "What the hell did you do to me?" Zara blinked once, then her lips curved, slow, dangerous, delighted. "Excuse me?" "You heard me." His voice dropped to a, "What kind of shit did you put in that oil? Some kind of aphrodisiac? You think you can play games with me?" She, short, sharp, incredulous. "First of all, it's plain jojoba with a drop of lavender. Second," she stepped right into his space, close enough that he could see the gold flecks in her brown eyes. "If my touch is enough to get you this worked up, maybe the problem isn't me. Maybe it's been you for a long time." Ji-hoon's nostrils flared. Heat crawled up his neck. Anger, shame, raw want twisting together until he couldn't tell them apart. "You don't know me," he said. "I know you're hard as steel right now and pretending you're not." She didn't lower her voice, didn't back down. "So either finish the session like a grown man or get the hell out of my spa before you ruin my reputation." For 3 pounding heartbeats, they stood frozen, her challenging, him unraveling. Then he moved. He snatched his coat, yanked it on over bare skin, blood and all, and stormed past her. "Don't ever touch me again," he bit out at the door. Zara called after him, voice dripping honeyed steel. "Next time you come back, and we both know you will, bring cash, triple rate, and an apology." The door slammed behind him. Outside, rain lashed his face as he strode to the black SUV waiting at the curb. His lieutenant, Min, opened the back door without a word. Ji-hoon slid inside, jaw locked, erection still throbbing traitorously under the coat. "Boss?" Min asked. Ji-hoon stared straight ahead, voice flat. Find out everything about the woman who owns that spa. Name, background, connections, everything. He pulled out his phone, thumb hovering over the screen. And tell the crew to handle the loose ends from tonight. No survivors. He hit send. Then he leaned back, closed his eyes, and let the memory of her hands burn behind his lids. He told himself he'd never go back. He was already planning the next visit. Ji-hoon's SUV screeched through Busan's rain-slicked streets, headlights slicing the night. He slammed his fist against the leather seat, the throb between his legs finally fading, but not the memory. Min, he snapped into his phone. Status on those assholes from the alley? Handled, boss, Min replied. Bodies dumped, no traces. Good. Now dig deeper on that spa owner, Zara. I want everything by dawn. He hung up, staring at the city lights blurring past. Her words echoed. Next time you come back, and we both know you will. No, he wouldn't. By morning, he was in his underground lair, a concrete bunker beneath a high-rise, air thick with fear. A rival thug knelt before him, zip-tied and bloodied. Tell me about the shipment, Ji-hoon growled, knife glinting under fluorescent lights. The man spat blood. Go to hell. Ji-hoon pressed the blade to his throat. Wrong answer. A quick slice. Screams. Confessions spilled like guts. Turf expanded by 2 blocks that day. Deals sealed. Enemies crushed. He buried himself in it. Meetings blurring into interrogations. His empire swelling. But at night, alone in his villa, she invaded. Feverish dreams, her hands on his skin, that bold laugh, the surge that betrayed him. He woke hard, cursing, punching the wall until his knuckles bled. This is bullshit, he muttered, dialing his doctor at 3 a.m. Mr. Park, the doctor, voice groggy. What now? That reaction from last night, explain it. Impossible. Your scans show permanent damage. Nerve endings fried. It's in your head. A phantom. Stress, maybe. Get some rest. Ji-hoon crushed the phone in his grip. Phantom? Like hell. Rage boiled, but so did curiosity. Who was she? How did she do it? Min's report arrived at dawn. Zara Thompson, 28, relocated from Atlanta 3 years ago after a messy breakup. Ex-fiance, some corporate prick who cheated. No criminal ties. Built the spa from scratch. Clean. Too clean. He obsessed over the file. Photos of her smiling at events, reviews praising her healing touch. His jaw tightened. Healing? More like a curse. 3 days later, he cracked. Booked anonymously online. Late slot, fake name. The spa door chimed at midnight. Zara was waiting. Arms crossed, curls loose tonight. You, she said, eyes narrowing with her. Thought you'd ghost me after that tantrum. Ji-hoon stiffened, stepping inside. Anonymous booking? How'd you know? Please. Your vibe screams Mafia Boss with a chip on his shoulder. She locked the door behind him. Back for more? Or just to accuse me of witchcraft again? He glared. Just the massage. No talking. She, rich, teasing. Oh, honey, that's not how this works. Shirt off, table, now. He stripped quickly, face burning, lying face down. Her hands hit his back, firm, unyielding, and bam, The surge hit harder this time, cock swelling instantly, painfully rigid against the table. He clenched his fists, biting back a groan. Sweat slicked his skin. Zara paused, tensing up again. What's your deal, mystery man? You pay triple to lie here like a statue? Shut up, he grated out. Your techniques, they're too personal. Personal? She dug her thumbs into a knot, making him hiss. That's called doing my job. If you can't handle a woman touching you without freaking out, maybe find a robot masseuse. He twisted his head, glaring up at her. You think this is funny? I think it's sad. Her eyes sparkled with challenge. Big bad guy like you, scared of a little connection. What happened? Someone break your heart? Or is it something lower? The double meaning hit like a punch. His erection throbbed harder. He bolted up, grabbing the sheet. Session's over, he snarled, tossing a wad of cash on the table. Enough to buy out the hour twice over. Zara pocketed it without blinking. Running again? Fine. But don't blame me when you come crawling back. He dressed in a fury, storming out. In the SUV, he barked at Min. Send her something. Rare oils, from Thailand, anonymous. Min raised a brow. Boss? Just do it. Zara found the package the next morning. Exotic vials of ylang-ylang and vetiver. No note. Intrigued, she Googled him. Whispers of Park Ji-hoon, Busan's Shadow King, mafia ties, violent rep. Her defenses spiked. What the hell is he playing at? Meanwhile, in a smoky back room across town, rivals huddled. Heard the hunters slipping, one sneered, hanging around some spa, distracted. The leader grinned. Perfect. Time to test his weaknesses. Ji-hoon, back in his villa, stared at her photo on his screen. Obsession gripped him tighter. He wouldn't stop. Couldn't. Not until he broke whatever spell she'd cast. Ji-hoon stopped pretending. The next night he booked the full 2-hour slot again. Same fake name, same late hour. Zara was waiting when he walked in, leaning against the reception desk with a knowing smirk. Back already, she said, twirling a pen between her fingers. You're becoming my best customer. Should I start a loyalty card? Buy 10 freakouts, get the 11th free. He didn't smile. Shut up and take me to the room. She pushed off the desk, hips swaying ahead of him. Yes, sir. Right this way, Your Highness. In the treatment suite, he stripped without being told, lay face down, sheet low on his hips. Zara's hands descended, hot stones first, then deep pressure along his spine. Within 30 seconds, the familiar surge hit, cock thickening, hardening, pressing painfully into the table. He gripped the edges until his knuckles whitened. Zara noticed. Of course she did. Still pretending this is normal for you, she murmured, thumbs circling a knot near his shoulder blade. Focus on the job, he growled. I am. She leaned closer, breath brushing his ear. But your body's telling a different story. Again. He twisted his head. You enjoy this, don't you? Watching me lose control. Her laugh was low, wicked. I enjoy watching powerful men realize they're not as untouchable as they think. You act like you own the place, but here, under my hands, you're just a man. The words stung and ignited. He rolled onto his side so fast, the sheet slipped dangerously low. Her eyes flicked down for half a second before locking back on his face. You want to play games? He said, voice rough. Fine, but don't act like you're unaffected. She didn't step back. Who said I was? Electric silence stretched. Then she pressed her palm flat to his chest, right over his pounding heart. Lie back down. We're not done. He obeyed. Slowly. The rest of the session was torture wrapped in silk. Her fingers grazed the sides of his ribs, the curve of his lower back, the sensitive skin behind his knees. Each accidental brush sent lightning straight to his groin. He bit his lip until he tasted blood, refusing to groan. When the timer chimed, he sat up fast, sheet clutched like armor. Same time tomorrow? She asked casually. He stared at her. You're dangerous. And you're addicted, she shot back. See you then. He left without another word. The pattern locked in. Every third night, then every other. Extended evenings became routine. He arrived tense, left wrecked. Always hard, always humiliated, always coming back. One session, she switched to hot oil. Her hand slid lower, kneading his glutes through the drape. A fingertip grazed the crease of his thigh, barely, and he jerked, a choked sound escaping before he could stop it. Zara froze. Then, you okay? He... No, I'm not. She waited. After a long beat, he... 2 years ago, ambush, car flipped. Doctor said I'd never function again. Not like this. Her hand stilled on his back. And yet here we are. Here we are. She resumed the massage, gentler now. I left Atlanta because my ex thought he could own me. Cheated, lied, tried to break me when I walked. I came here to build something mine. No one gets to control me again. Ji-hoon turned his head, met Zara's eyes in the low light. I don't want to control you. Liar, she whispered. But there was no heat in it. Their gazes held, longer than professional, longer than safe. After that night, the banter sharpened into something hotter. You're late, she teased one evening. Had to handle business. Business that leaves bruises? She traced a fresh purple mark on his ribs. Occupational hazard. She pressed harder, deliberately. Then stop getting hurt. He caught her wrist. Stop caring. She didn't pull away. Make me. He released her slowly, thumb brushing her pulse point. It raced. Behind the scenes, obsession took root. He had Min install 2 discrete cameras across the street, for security. Min hesitated. Boss, if anyone finds out, they won't. At night, he watched the feeds like a man possessed. Saw her lock up alone, saw her stretch after closing, saw the way she smiled at her phone when a friend texted. He wanted every piece of her. Min cornered him one afternoon in the warehouse. Rivals are talking, Min said quietly. They know you're hitting that spa regular. They're tailing your route. If they grab her... Ji-hoon's fist slammed the table. They touch her, they die screaming. End of discussion. Min didn't argue. 3 nights later, Zara found the second anonymous delivery on her doorstep after close. A small velvet box containing a single vial of pure oud oil, worth more than most people's rent. She marched straight to the private suite the next evening when Ji-hoon arrived. She held up the vial. "This you?" He froze mid-unbuttoning his shirt. "Don't lie," she warned. Yes. Why? He stepped closer, too close. "Because every time I leave here, I can still feel your hands. Because I dream about you. Because I hate that I need this, need you, and I don't know how to stop." Zara's breath hitched. She set the vial down slowly. "Then stop running," she said, voice low, "and tell me what you really want." Ji-hoon's eyes darkened to black fire. "I want to stop pretending this is just a massage." The air crackled. She lifted her chin. "Then prove it." He reached for her, slow, deliberate, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His fingers curled around her jaw, thumb tracing her lower lip. And the room exploded into silence except for their breathing. Neither moved first. But the standoff stretched, taut, electric, inevitable. One of them was about to break. And when they did, there'd be no going back. The almost kiss hung between them like smoke, thick, impossible to ignore. Ji-hoon left that night without touching her again, but the line had been crossed. From then on, every session felt like foreplay disguised as therapy. He arrived earlier now, lingered longer. Zara started experimenting, blending custom aromatherapy blends just for him. Tonight she lit a diffuser with frankincense and black seed oil. "Close your eyes," she said, voice softer than usual. "Breathe it in. This one's from my grandmother's village. We call it the healer's breath." He inhaled. Warm spice flooded his lungs. Her hands followed, longer strokes, slower pressure, fingertips tracing the ridges of old scars along his ribs. Each pass lingered, deliberate. His cock responded instantly, but this time the ache felt different, deeper, less humiliating, more like hunger. "You're quieter tonight," she murmured, thumbs pressing into the hollow below his shoulder blades. "Thinking. About?" He exhaled roughly. "About how long I let myself believe I was broken. Down there. Everywhere. After the crash, I tried everything. Pills, women who pretended not to notice. They all left laughing behind my back. I stopped trying, stopped feeling, until you." Zara's hand stilled for a heartbeat. Then she leaned down, lips close to his ear. "You're more than your scars, Ji-hoon, and you're definitely more than what those cowards whispered." Her voice dropped. "You feel plenty to me." He turned his head just enough to meet her gaze. Heat crackled. "You keep saying things like that," he said hoarsely, "and I'm going to forget why I'm supposed to stay in control." She smiled, slow, dangerous. "Maybe it's time you did." The moment stretched, her palm flat on his lower back, his breath ragged, until the timer beeped. Neither moved. Then she stepped back. "Session's up." He sat slowly, sheet low, erection blatant. No shame this time, just raw want. "Tomorrow," he said, not a question. "Tomorrow," she echoed. But the next evening brought trouble. Ji-hoon arrived 10 minutes early. Through the front window, he saw Zara at the reception desk, laughing, actually laughing, with a tall Korean businessman in a tailored suit. The man leaned in too close, brushing a curl from her shoulder, saying something that made her smile wider. Ji-hoon's vision tunneled red. He shoved through the door harder than necessary. The bell jangled violently. The client turned, recognized him instantly, eyes widening. "Mr. Park!" Ji-hoon didn't speak, just stepped between them, shoulder-checking the man hard enough to make him stumble back a step. Zara's smile vanished. "Ji-hoon!" The client muttered an apology and fled. She rounded on him the second the door closed. "What the hell was that?" "He touched you." "He was a paying client. And even if he wasn't," she jabbed a finger into his chest, "you do not get to scare people out of my spa because you're jealous." "I'm not jealous," he lied through clenched teeth. "I'm protecting what's yours," she finished, eyes flashing. "I'm not your property, Ji-hoon." The words landed like a slap. He grabbed her wrist, gentle but firm. "You think I don't know that? You think I don't hate how much I want to claim every inch of you?" Her breath caught. "Then stop acting like a caveman and start acting like a man who actually listens." Silence pulsed. He released her wrist slowly. "I'm trying." She studied him, fury cooling into something softer, more dangerous. "Try harder." That night, he doubled the surveillance. 2 more cameras. A plainclothes guard parked across the street 24/7. Min protested. "Boss, this is escalating. If she finds out..." "She won't." But she did. 2 nights later, Zara stormed into his private suite before he even undressed, holding up her phone, grainy stills from a security feed she'd pulled from a neighboring shop's camera. "Explain this," she said, voice ice. Ji-hoon froze, shirt half unbuttoned. "Zara, don't." She shoved the phone at him. "You've got men watching my shop, my home. You think I wouldn't notice?" He stepped forward. "They're there to keep you safe." "Safe from what? You?" "From the people who want to hurt me by hurting you." Her eyes widened, then narrowed. "So I'm bait now? Leverage?" "No." He closed the closing. "You're the old thing I can't lose." She laughed, bitter. "You don't even have me yet." "I know," is capable. "And it's killing me." The air between them turned molten. She shoved at his chest, hard. He didn't budge. She shoved again. He caught her wrists, backed her against the wall in one smooth motion, their faces inches apart. "You don't get to cage me," she whispered furiously. "I'm not trying to." His forehead dropped to hers. "I'm trying to keep you alive long enough to figure out what this is." Her breathing stuttered. "And what is this?" He brushed his lips against hers, just a ghost of contact. "Everything." She didn't pull away. Neither did he. The almost kiss became real for one searing second, mouths crashing, desperate, angry, starving, before she shoved him back again, chest heaving. "Not like this," she panted. "Not when you're still lying to me." He dragged a hand through his hair. "I'll remove the cameras. Tonight." "Damn right you will." She turned to leave. "Zara." She paused at the door. "If they come for you," he said quietly, "I'll burn this city down before they touch you." She looked back, eyes fierce, vulnerable, conflicted. "Then make sure they never get the chance." She walked out. Minutes later, Ji-hoon's phone buzzed. Min. Black sedan, slow pass in front of the spa, tinted windows. They circled twice. Ji-hoon's blood turned to ice. He was already moving. "Lock it down. I'm on my way." Outside, rain sheeted the streets. He spotted the sedan idling at the curb, engine low, headlights off. He approached on foot, silent, lethal. The driver's window cracked just enough. Ji-hoon didn't hesitate. He fired once through the glass, clean headshot. The car lurched forward. He rolled, came up firing again. Tires screeched. The sedan fishtailed and vanished into the night. Back inside the spa, Zara stood at the window, arms wrapped around herself. She didn't flinch when he stepped in, gun still warm in his hand. "You okay?" he asked, voice raw. She nodded once. "You?" He holstered the weapon. "I will be when they're all dead." She crossed to him slowly, touched his jaw, gentle, searching. "No more secrets," she said. "No more secrets." She rose on her toes and kissed him, soft this time, lingering. When she pulled back, her eyes were steel. "Then finish what we started tomorrow. No interruptions, no games." He nodded, throat tight. Tomorrow. But deep down he knew tomorrow might never come if his enemies moved first. And they were already moving. Thunder cracked overhead like a gunshot as Ji-hoon pushed through the spa door at 11:15 p.m. Rain lashed the windows in sheets. Zara had already dimmed the lights, locked the front, and lit only the treatment suite, candles flickering, diffuser pumping sandalwood and clove into the humid air. She met him in the hallway, barefoot, wearing nothing but a thin black tank and leggings that clung to her curves from the humidity. "You're soaked," she said, voice low. He didn't answer, just stepped inside, peeled off his drenched coat and let it drop. Blood from a fresh cut on his forearm mixed with rainwater on the floor. Zara's eyes narrowed. "Again?" "Minor disagreement," he muttered, handled. She didn't push, just pointed to the suite. "Shirt off, table, now." He obeyed faster than ever. Face down, sheet low. Her hands landed, warm, oiled, sure. She started slow, tracing the fresh bruise on his ribs, then deeper, kneading the tension that lived permanently in his lower back. The familiar surge hit within seconds, cock hardening, thick and insistent. But tonight it felt different. Less shame, more promise. Zara's breath hitched when she felt him shift under her palms. "You're not running tonight," she whispered. "No," he rasped. "I'm done running." She leaned over him, breast brushing his back through her tank. Her mouth found the shell of his ear. "Then let go." He rolled in one fluid motion, sheet falling away completely, grabbed her waist and pulled her down on top of him. Their mouths crashed together, desperate, teeth clashing, tongues fighting for dominance. She straddled his hips, grinding once against the rigid length of him, drawing a guttural groan from deep in his chest. "Zara." His hands fisted in her curls. "I can't. Fuck. I need." She kissed him harder, swallowing the rest. Then glass shattered somewhere near the front. Ji-hoon froze. "Get down!" Too late. The back door exploded inward. 3 masked men in black, silenced pistols raised. Rain poured in behind them. Ji-hoon shoved Zara behind the massage table, rolled off, and snatched the knife he always kept strapped to his ankle. The first shot went wide, splintering wood. He lunged, tackled the shooter, drove the blade up under the ribs. The man gurgled and dropped. Second attacker fired. Bullet grazed Ji-hoon's shoulder. He didn't slow. Spun, kicked the gun away, slammed an elbow into the man's throat. Cartilage crunched. The attacker collapsed, choking. Third man came at him with a machete. Fast, practiced. Blade sliced across Ji-hoon's side. Deep, hot, immediate. Blood soaked his shirt in seconds. Ugh. He roared, caught the wrist mid-swing, twisted until bones snapped. The machete clattered. He drove his fist into the man's jaw, once, twice, until the attacker slumped unconscious. Silence except for rain and his ragged breathing. Zara emerged from cover, eyes wide, face pale. Ji-hoon! He staggered toward her, hand pressed to the gash. Blood poured between his fingers. "Lock it," he croaked. "All doors, now." She moved, bolted the front, barred the back, killed the lights except one dim lamp in the suite. Then she was back, dragging him to the table. "Lie down, now." He collapsed onto it face up, shirt torn open, blood pooling beneath him. Zara grabbed the medical kit, hands shaking but movements precise. She ripped open gauze, poured antiseptic over the wound. He hissed through clenched teeth. "Hold still," she ordered, voice steady despite the tremor in her fingers. She cleaned the slash, long, ugly, down his left flank. Needle and suture thread next. She worked fast, small, even stitches, biting her lips so hard it bled. Ji-hoon watched her the whole time, eyes glassy with pain and something deeper. "Only you," he whispered, when she paused to wipe sweat from her brow. "Only you make me feel whole. Not just here." He gestured weakly at his erection, still blatant despite the agony. "But everywhere. I was dead inside until you." Zara's hands stilled on his skin. Tears welled, but she blinked them back. "You almost died tonight. For what? To keep coming here?" "For you," he said simply. She leaned down, forehead to his. "You idiot." Then she kissed him, fierce, salty with tears and blood, pouring everything into it. Fear, fury, want. He kissed back with what strength he had left, hands sliding into her hair, pulling her closer despite the pain screaming through his side. She broke away only to breathe. "You're not dying on my table." "Not planning to." Her hand slid down his chest, past the fresh stitches, lower, wrapping around him through the thin fabric still clinging to his hips. He bucked into her touch, a broken moan tearing from his throat. "Ugh, Zara." "Shh." She stroked once, slow, firm. His hips jerked. "Let me feel you. Let me feel what I did to you." He was fully hard, painfully so, throbbing in her grip. No hesitation, no shame, just raw, aching need. She kissed along his jaw, down his neck, over the older scars. "You're alive," she whispered against his skin. "You're here, and you're mine." He shuddered, entire body tensing, then came hard in her hand with a choked cry, release ripping through him like fire. Wave after wave, years of denial shattering in seconds. When it passed, he lay trembling, breath ragged, eyes locked on hers. She didn't let go, just held him through the aftershocks, thumb brushing gently over the sensitive head. "See," she murmured, "not broken, never were." He reached up, weak, bloody fingers, cupped her face. "I love you," he said, simple, certain, "and I'll destroy anyone who tries to take you from me." She kissed his palm, then live long enough to prove it. Outside, sirens wailed in the distance. Someone had called in the shots. Jihoon's phone buzzed on the floor. Min. He didn't answer. But in the shadows across the street, one of the attackers who'd escaped limped into an alley, phone pressed to his ear. He's still breathing, the man rasped. And he's got the woman. Tell the boss, we hit harder next time. No survivors. The line clicked dead. Inside the spa, Zara pressed fresh gauze to Jihoon's side and curled against him on the narrow table. His arm around her head on his chest. Storm raged on, but for the first time in years, he wasn't alone in it. Tomorrow the war would come for them both, and they'd be ready. Dawn broke gray and heavy over Busan as Jihoon carried Zara, still wrapped in his blood-streaked coat, into the armored SUV. Min drove in silence, eyes flicking to the rear view only once. No tails, he reported, were clear. Jihoon didn't relax. His side burned under fresh bandages, but the real fire was Zara, curled against his chest, breathing steady, alive. The villa perched on a cliff above the sea, black glass, steel gates, armed perimeter, impenetrable. He carried her inside, straight to the master suite. Ocean view, king bed, rain still drumming the windows. He set her down gently. She didn't let go. "You're still bleeding through," she whispered, fingers brushing the gauze. "Doesn't matter." He cupped her face. "You're here. That's all that matters." She searched his eyes, fierce, unguarded. "Then no more running, no more half-truths." He nodded once. "Everything." They stripped each other slowly, clothes hitting the floor in wet heaps. His stitches pulled. He ignored it. Her tank peeled away, revealing smooth brown skin kissed by candlelight from the night before. He traced every curve like memorizing a map he'd never lose again. On the bed, he laid her back, hovering above. "The accident," he started. "I woke up in pieces. Not just my body, my pride, my power. Women came after, tried to fix what was broken. They left laughing. I let them. Thought I deserved it." Zara's fingers threaded through his hair. "You didn't." "I know that now." He kissed her throat, slow. "You walked in and touched me like I was whole, like I'd always been. You tamed the beast inside, Zara. Not with chains, with fire." She arched into him, legs wrapping his waist. "And do you think you can claim me because of it?" "I want to." His mouth found hers, deep, devouring. "But I'll earn it, every day." She bit his lower lip. "Then love me as an equal, or not at all." He pulled back just enough to meet her gaze. "Equal. Always." She smiled, wicked, tender, and flipped them so she straddled him. Her curls cascaded around them like a curtain. She took him in hand, guided him to her entrance, sank down inch by torturous inch. They both gasped. She rode him slow at first, teasing rolls of her hips, nails raking his chest, careful of the stitches. He gripped her thighs, thumbs pressing into the soft flesh, fighting to let her lead. Then she leaned down, whispered against his lips, "Let go." He snapped. Hands fisting her curls, he surged up, flipping her beneath him in one motion. Mouths crashed again. He thrust deep, hard, feral, each stroke claiming, worshipping. She met him thrust for thrust, legs locked around him, moans swallowed by kisses. When she came, back arching, cry sharp, he followed instantly, burying himself to the hilt, release tearing through him in blinding waves. No shame, No hesitation, just them, raw, complete, unbreakable. After, they lay tangled, sweat slick, breathing synced. He traced the curve of her shoulder. "I'm ending them," he said quietly. "All of them." She nodded against his chest. "I know." Over the next weeks, he moved like a shadow with teeth. Calculated strikes. Warehouses burned, lieutenants vanished, supply lines severed. Rivals' empire crumbled in surgical silence. Min coordinated, Ji-hoon led. By the end of the month, their territory doubled, and the men who'd ambushed the spa were gone. No bodies, no traces. Zara didn't ask for details. She simply rebuilt. Her spa expanded, new wing funded quietly through his accounts. High-end security installed, with her approval this time. She hired more staff, trained them in her blends, Afro-Korean fusions, Nigerian shea with Korean ginseng, Moroccan argan with Jeju volcanic clay. One evening, she found him in his study, staring at satellite maps of the coast. She walked up behind him, slipped something over his head. A thin gold chain with a small obsidian pendant carved with interlocking patterns. A Korean tiger entwined with an African adinkra symbol for strength. "Wear it," she said, "so you remember who you belong to." He turned, pulled her into his lap. "And you?" She lifted her own necklace, identical, but hers held a tiny jade tiger beside the adinkra. "Equal," she reminded him. He kissed her, slow, reverent. That night he got the tattoo, her initials woven into the tiger on his left pectoral, over his heart. Black ink on scarred skin. She traced it later, in bed. "Obsessive much?" "Eternally," he murmured. She laughed softly. "Good." Months later, they stood on the villa's terrace, overlooking the East Sea at dusk. Wind carried salt and promise. Zara leaned against the railing. Ji-hoon pressed behind her, arms caging her in, chin on her shoulder. Her hand rested over his chest, right above the fresh ink. "Still dangerous out there," she said quietly. "I know. More enemies coming?" "Always."